At 3:15 a.m., a sharp doorbell ring pierced the night silence. John, a man who lived alone in the three-room apartment, lifted his head from the pillow and froze, trying to figure out if it was a dream. 20 seconds later, the doorbell rang again. He got up, muttering curses, and headed toward the door. In his sleepy state, the man reached for the handle and latch, intending to open it. The doorbell seemed suspicious. Then, from the stairwell, came the sound of the neighbor's door opening. John thought the neighbor had been ringing the doorbell, so he turned around and trudged back to bed. But suddenly, a heart-wrenching scream from that very neighbor echoed. Fear gripped him, and John fully woke up. The scream stopped as abruptly as it had begun. Now, a mix of fear and curiosity controlled him. He crept on tiptoes to the door and peered through the peephole. On the landing 3 meters away lay the neighbor with twitching limbs, and on top of him sat a strange creature resembling a woman in a blood-stained white dress. Her red, disheveled hair shook as she quickly gnawed at the victim's face, like a hungry dog. The stairwell light was on, allowing the scene to be seen clearly. John stood paralyzed with fear, watching as the creature began to gouge out and devour the eyeballs. The sight was too horrific, and he let out a quiet retching sound, clamping his hand over his mouth. The creature froze like a dog mid-meal and slowly turned its head toward the door. Her face was illuminated by the light. Matted hair, pale skin, black, fathomless eyes without iris or pupils, teeth like a shark's, long, bloodied, in multiple rows. Her mouth twisted into an incomprehensible smile, and she made a sound like a child's joyful groan. His legs gave way, and the man fell to the floor. Scuttling back toward the wall, he kept watching the door. The knob suddenly rattled, then the whole door shook. Strong blows followed, and the door seemed about to burst open. John passed out. He came to at dawn, when insistent knocking came at the door. The voices outside belonged to the police. Peering through the peephole, he saw 2 officers and a body covered in yellow fabric in the background. That was the neighbor's body. After verifying through the peephole and asking questions to make sure they were real people, John opened the door. He told them everything as it was, but his story turned him into a suspect for mental illness among the police, press, and doctors in hospitals. Everyone decided the perpetrator was a psychopath, but he knew it was an inhuman creature, intelligent and terrifying. The door remained dented and scratched, not the work of human hands. A couple of weeks later, somewhat calmer, in the evening after a long absence, John returned home. Approaching the new door in the dark, he froze. Scratched on it was the word, "Wait." He abandoned the apartment, selling it with all its furniture and belongings, and moved to another city to his sister's. He never returned. If one night someone rings or knocks at your door, be careful. John often wonders if it will find him again, the man who survived that night.